What's up, my fitness family? Brent Kasmer here with BK PT, Brent Kasmer Personal Training. Whoop whoop! So today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about Fat to Fit Transformation Men. So if you haven't watched already, go back and watch my Fat to Fit video. Gives you the kind of basics, the rundown, and then I'm going to go into a little bit greater detail in this video as well. So if you haven't yet subscribed, do so. All right, so that way you get notified, and then mash the notification bell. That way you're notified as all my new content comes out. That way I keep you up to date with all the best, most effective, simplest ways to not only get in shape and get fit, but also to maintain that level or even level up, baby. All right, so also show me some love, give me some likes. That way I know that this is hitting home and you're enjoying the information and you're finding it relative and relevant. So therefore, you're getting the most out of it. All right. And also pop there in the comments where you're at in your journey, whether you're in fat mode, fit mode, or maintenance mode. So that way I can see where you're at, see what's going on struggle-wise, pop in there what you're struggling with, and then also if you have overcome it and you are now living a fit life, then pop in there some of the roadblocks that you have had and maybe even how you had overcome them. So that way you might even help out somebody that's looking at this video also. All right, so let's not hold back anymore. In the Fat to Fit video, I talked about what fat is. It is lack of muscle. So it's a word, so no big deal. Don't get broken by a word. It's not a stick or a stone. So it's just lack of muscle, end of the day. Fit would be obviously in shape, which in shape, when you look in shape, you've got good muscle development, good muscle tonality. And also what comes with that is also a faster metabolism. So I'm going to pop in a video here. I want you to go check out how to get a faster metabolism also, because that's another great video that I have out there teaching you how to keep making sure that metabolism's firing, all right? So all key ingredients. But you have to have a great foundation to not only go from fat to fit, but also make that transformation and then also sustain it, all right? So forever. And I think the first part of the foundation needs to be determination. So you need to be determined to do this, to make this transformation. Because at the end of the day, if you aren't determined, if you're not focused on the end goal, you're not going to do what it takes to get to the end goal. So yeah, it's going to take some work, but you need to make sure that you're doing the least amount of work so that way you can sustain it later as well. So you need to be determined. And that's why people are like, oh, I'm lacking motivation right now. I'm lacking, the willpower. I'm lacking X, Y, and Z. Or you get into it and then you're like, well, I wasn't really motivated this week, but I was really motivated last week. Hopefully I'll be motivated next week. Where if you're determined, determination is your motivation. All right? Boom, mic drop. No. So determination is your motivation. So therefore, you are focused and you're going to not only do what it takes, but then when something comes up and something's trying to deter you from your end goal, you are going to be determined to just not only hurdle that roadblock or hurry up and find a way around that roadblock to get back on track. Because stuff's going to come up, You're going to get sick. People are going to get sick around you. People's birthdays are happening. Certain things are always coming up to derail you from success. And it's about staying determined and focused on getting to that end goal, all right? So you have to have the right tools. So you need to be able to track your body fat. So therefore, you know how much muscle you do have. You need to be able to take pictures so that way you can see some stuff along the way. Because when you wake up every day, you look in the mirror, obviously this transformation may be happening, but since you see yourself every day, you're not going to notice it every day. So you want to take periodical photographs so that way you do have success and you see the success also keeping you determined at that end goal. All right. And also in that last video from Fat to Fit, I think that I felt like it hit home pretty well, and especially for men. You know, you take a old beat up junkyard car, and you're like, man, this thing is sweet. You know, and you see something different in it when you go grab that junkyard car, but when you go to fix it up, because it's an oldie, it's a collectible, you know, you have an idea of what you want it to look like. You know, the shaping of it, the color of it, the sleekness of it, the shine of it, the rims, the tires, the chrome, you know, the paint, like the different things that you have, the interior. You have all of this stuff in your mind of what the end goal is, what the end outcome is for this car. And then it's kind of like piecing together everything so that way it gets to that point. Yeah, it's work. You got work from that old junk beat up car, but once you get it to that point, guess what? The maintenance of it is not nearly as bad as the work is getting to that point. Plus, now you know what it takes to go from here to here as well. So if something breaks down, you know, like, oh, I just got to change this out. Oh, I got to take this out. And you know, okay, that took me about this long. So therefore, you got an idea of how long it's going to take. You got an idea of how much it's going to cost. You got an idea of all these things, so that way you can always keep it looking good, feeling good, fit, all right? So that's also a big part of it. So you got to know your body fat, you got to know your composition, so that way you can base all these other key ingredients that go along with getting fit and staying in fit is going to be, all right? So one, determination, and to have that determination, you got to have body fat trackers, and you got to take pictures along the way and stay focused, baby. All right. 2 is going to be your nutritional plan. Your nutritional plan is super important. All right. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. You don't need to find a fad diet that had worked for somebody else, but you can't make it your own lifestyle. So therefore, it's not going to work. It might work for 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. And it might get you to a goal, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be sustainable, so therefore you need to make it a lifestyle, all right? So to make it a lifestyle, you got to take your career, what's going on in your life right now, and mold that meal plan around your life, not the other way around, all right? And that's what I teach when I teach my Ignite meal planning system, is I try to teach you how to take your life and make your meal plan fit it. Everything from either preparation or shopping or whatever it might be to get you the right things and the right ingredients to get into your body to make it, you know, easy, sustainable thing. All right, so there is timing of your nutrition. Okay, and number 2, every single meal must be based around a protein source, because a protein source is thermogenic, so therefore you want to make sure that your body is digesting it and storing it properly to make sure your body is always anabolic. So anabolic means it's not burning muscle, it's burning fat. Your muscle is being built and your fat is getting burnt. Anabolic, all right? So that's what you need to make sure that you're doing. And by knowing how much muscle you do have is a good foundation for starting to know how many grams of protein that you need to eat in each of your meals. All right? So, and don't get overwhelmed with the whole meal thing, because that's something that I do explain in the Ignite meal planning system. So therefore, you know, it is simple. I promise you, I wouldn't have helped thousands of people do this. So therefore, it, you know, gets them. You know, I work with doctors and lawyers and, you know, moms and dads and athletes on all different levels. You know, some people, it is their job to be in shape and stay in shape and always be building. But some people, obviously, they have a job. And this is obviously just something that they need to do to help feel good and be fit so they can play harder, meaning go enjoy life and not watch other people enjoy life around you. All right? You want people to be jealous because you're playing with your kids. You're playing with your grandkids. You're being a role model and an example and all these different things that you want to be. and not watch and be dependent on other people being these role models, examples for the loved ones around you. Oh, man, that hurts. So hopefully that makes sense, though, so that way you don't slip back into the non-determination, lacking motivation category. All right? Because I know who you are. You're determined. You're motivated. Let's hit this nail on the head and knock it out of the park, man. All right? So what to eat, protein, timing it, knowing what to do, how to make sure that your preparation doesn't take too long. So you want to make sure you're prepared for the week. So everything's Tupperwared up in the fridge, ready to go. So you can come in, grab it, take it, eat it, and not worry about it because you just know it's there and you're not making mistakes grabbing the wrong things. So I also want to teach you how to make non-mistakes and grab the right things. So, being able to run into a grocery store. So say you're not prepared, running into a grocery store, going into the prepared foods, having them just grabbing a blackened chicken breast that they already have in the prepared food section, grabbing hard-boiled eggs that they already have in the prepared food section. Yes, they actually have a prepared food section in your grocery store. Go look. It's crazy. They actually have your protein, carbs, fats all there for you. You just actually got to go grab it. It takes 5 minutes. It's faster than driving through the daggone fast food lines. All right? So know where those things are. That's super simple stuff. That's the stuff you do when you're in a pinch. Drink a protein shake. Make sure it's the right kind of protein shake, though. All right? You'll make sure that the protein's high. It's like 100-ish calories, and you're getting the adequate protein you need. All right? Not the other sugar, fats, fillers, other junk in there as well. So make sure you get the right one. So nutritionally, those are great tips. That's the second key ingredient for your foundation. All right? So it shouldn't take long. Getting your protein in every meal, being prepared, and getting the right stuff, getting the right foods in your body, your right macros, protein, carbs, fats. And third, and not least, is your workout program, your workout regimen. All right, I created this called the Accelerated PT Method. Why is it Accelerated PT Method? Because it's no nonsense, man. It gets you in the gym. It gets you doing the right stuff. It gets you doing the most effective things to get the end result. I've done tons of videos on these things. You want to be sure you're doing, compound joint movements for 1. 2, it needs to be at a high intensity level. That means not doing the repetitions fast, not jerking and doing everything crazy like a spastic lunatic in the gym. It means working in a strategic fashion, doing supersets, doing giant sets, doing certain things in the right order to make sure you're doing it, correctly, but at the same time, getting the most bang for your buck. So, and also with this, you want to make sure you're lifting heavy stuff. You want to also make sure you're doing the small intermediate stuff that you need to make sure that keeps all your joints, ligaments, tendons all in a good, organized fashion in your body, and also staying injury-free. Increasing the injury that you do have, you want to make sure you're working around it, and you never want to miss. So making your body stronger, making sure that you're working out at a set time every single day, making sure that you're doing these things. Your workout should never take less than 15 minutes, never should take longer than 45 minutes. So those are all key things. If you're taking an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym, too long. Stop wasting your time. Your ATP, CP pathways can't produce enough energy. Trust me, especially if you're coming from fat to fit, you're not at a good spot, to get going. So start a good routine, pick it at a time of day where there's no distractions, meaning the fact that, I'm a firm believer, get it done first. Because once morning hits, you get a few things out of the way, all of a sudden one thing runs into another, and your 9 o'clock time slot, your noon time, lunchtime time slot, your after work time slot all of a sudden disappears because something else came up. That has a 99% likelihood of not being disturbed, all right? Things come up, I get it. So get back on track fast. So if you get derailed, get back on track. Determination, back to that key point, all right? So compound joint movements, doing supersets, trisets, quad sets, giant sets. It just means doing 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises in a group, lifting heavy weights periodically to make sure that you're getting stronger, building muscle, building muscle, speed, and metabolism, all those good things. All right? So those are the key ingredients. Key ingredients for fat to fit transformation men. You got questions? Hit me up. BrentKasmer.com. Work with Brent. Put in there what's going on in your life and tell me so that way I can help assist you make the right decisions all the time. Not some of the time, all the time. We'll point you in the right direction. Make sure you're doing the right things. Make sure you are living a fit life and you're not going from fat to fit to fat to fit to fat to fit to fat to fit to fat to fit. Because yo-yoing sucks. I don't want to see you do it. I want to see you always living that healthy, fit life. All right? Be a role model, baby. Be a role model. My name is Brent Kasmer. This is BKPT. Subscribe. Mash that notification bell that way you're notified as all my new content comes out. And show me some love. Give me some likes. Put in the comments how this helped you, where you're at in your journey, any roadblocks you overcame, and how you did it, so that way you can help other people out there overcome that stuff too. Because guess what? This is real, baby. This is real. All right? See you in the next video. Yeah.